Question of the day is okay, so good.
It's just my mom here walked. We're waiting for 4 people. Yeah. Okay. Awesome. No. It's just yeah. It's all good. Awesome. Thank you so much. Where are you sitting?
Oh, I can sit like that. Yeah. Awesome. Thanks, Dave.
I'm gonna, maybe, but I'm gonna stand for a minute. How should you travel? Pretty good. Like, there was enough to get outside. Talk, daddy the whole time. She was like,
Hey, Sonia. How are you doing? Good. Yeah, we need to call Mark Royston. Wow. Right, but before you try it.
It was before this.
No,
Oh yeah, but it says thanks for watching.
And then sold that.
Yeah. It is, and that's also the one that thanks us. Oh. On the very bottom, in red writing.
I mean, it's nice usually if you can get there first. You just have to do it in reverse here. Sometimes things don't work out as much as
You guys are doing fine in short
everybody always wants to material first thing in the morning. Sometimes it's really fun for trucks. So,
okay, a little bit.
On both of them, yeah. Yeah.
Traveling was good. One of the first.
They could still be there as long as they're, the boat's not coming so close.
We always do all. But yeah, you can do it different. Yeah, you can't beat that. Yeah, exactly.
Just the line breaks on the slideshow.
He's a big and so anyway, he went on a cruise when he got married. Yeah, he said, well, because everything's changed. I know. Oh, yeah.
Don't mind.
Well, when we did the cruise,
It's on a ballast system, so we can move it over they'll just have to move it back.
Being Cheryl, you have Sherry.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, I love it.
Okay, I'll tell the guys, and, because, actually I forgot, I got a interview for a safety on Monday, so I won't be out there. I said about 11 to 12, I'll probably still be out there, but, I've got to do we got a safety audit on yeah. Oh yeah, no, that's not a problem. No, we've moved them before. It's just, yeah. So we'll try and we'll take a picture beforehand and let the guys know. So maybe the first thing in the morning. And we might be a little delayed, you know, going on to the here just because somebody. Yeah, it's
I think so. Yeah.
So, you're going to come in and
And he's got a wide library too. If you go to his webpage, there's all my lot of other ones that he does. He died. I think he whatever it was. I'll let him know. Anyway, his son's there. He's now a firefighter. He's a good
No. Oh,
he works in town. Wait till the old well, I don't know what rank. He said that
So you guys are going fishing tomorrow now?
yeah.
Just for one night or what? Yeah, it's like a weekend thing actually.
no problem.
Where is this?
so hopefully, like, I hope you can get it. I said, don't give up. You gotta be ready home. That was his first
Hey, Barrett, good.
A little late to the date.
Well, I don't know. See, I guess. Yeah. I don't know if they have they travel good. I don't know.
We're behind schedule. It's 1 o'clock. And yes. Already behind schedule.
Your guys' little family on our side.
No, maybe not. It's 101.
Fresh air. Yeah.
Oh, it's an area? Yes, it's water.
schedule. Hopefully it doesn't want to use that one. You should try to. I always do a good job. Always. Haven't messed up yet. Oh, for everything. 4 years strong, haven't messed up.
Look at the spaces between the
Well, it's quiet. It's time. My name is Alan Jones. I've had the privilege to work with these young folk for 12 weeks online and 5 weeks here on site with my partner, Mr. Doug People. I'll be the MC this afternoon, and I expect the proceedings to last roughly 1 hour. Remind you that we are live, so that's why I have to stand here. The microphone isn't for you, the folks who are online. So those who are online, thank you very much for joining us today, and I'm sure you are as proud of the students here as we are here. Soon I'm going to be bringing the students in, and they'll introduce themselves. We have a tradition that we have. We ring the bell, and then we say we're either reporting for duty if they actually have a job lined up, or are ready for assignment and hope to get a job. We'll have our land acknowledgement, singing for Canada, have some welcome and program remarks from our esteemed colleagues across the street at the college, and then we'll be handing out the certificates. Certainly you can take pictures as when that is taking place, and there'll be time for photos afterwards. We have some awards to hand out to some of our students as well, and then a student presentation such as the valedictorian says a few words, a PowerPoint presentation, and then closing remarks by myself and Mr. Pieper. After we are done, you may join us, or you may join us and feel free to tour our facilities. Fire trucks are available for you to use and drive around in. And we have snacks and coffee, those types of things back to the way out. Without any further ado, thank you. Welcome here again. And I'm sure you are as proud of what's going on as we are. And we've had a great 5 weeks with these folks on site. So without any further ado, we'll just bring our students in. Thank you.
I'm Cody Peters from Calgary, Alberta, ready for assignment.
Eric Anderson from Calgary, Alberta, ready for assignment.
Chandler Deland from Halifax, Nova Scotia, ready for assignment.
Nick Dog, Edmonton, Alberta, ready for assignment.
Nick Crush from Winnipeg, Manitoba, ready for assignment.
Jeremy Daffy, Medicine Hat, Alberta, reporting for duty.
Brady McGowan, St. Anne, Manitoba, reporting for duty.
Nathan Salt, Quebec, Saskatchewan, reporting for duty.
Keegan Beard, Liverpool, Manitoba, ready for assignment.
Ranger Andrew, Calgary,
Alberta, New Brunswick, ready for assignment.
Jordan Young, Winnipeg, Manitoba, ready for assignment. Thomas Smith, Halifax, Nova Scotia, ready for assignment.
Jose Jansen, Red Deer, Alberta, ready for assignment. Brady Kuza, St. John's, Newfoundland, ready for assignment.
Awesome. Please join me as we welcome P1.
So, Tanasikia, Tanisha Young, Kisagaw, Kisim, Nestigasan, Nina, Okichitao spell. So, my name is Tanisha. I said hello, it's a good day. I'm going to do a land acknowledgement with you all. So, traditionally, somebody usually comes up here and reads it, but now we've started to change things up. So, I'm going to ask if you guys put your phones down. You can keep it on, like being recorded. But put your phones down and stand up with me. And I want you to stand with your feet shoulder width apart, and I want you to hold your hands together. So, and I want you to take a deep breath in. I want you to listen to the air in the room. So exhale. And again. And then exhale. And if you're comfortable, I want you to close your eyes. And if you're not comfortable, I want you to look down at your feet. And I want you to think about your feet. And I want you to think about where you stand as a person and where you stand in our journey to reconciliation. And I want you to start thinking about what this land looked like 50 years ago, where we stand now. What did this look like 100 years ago? What did this land look like 1,000 years ago? Maybe you can envision Cookums looking after their grandkids. Maybe you can see a teepee village and everyone caring for one another. Maybe you can see hunters chasing the great bison to provide for their families and relatives. Maybe you can hear aunties laughing together. Can you hear them speaking their language? Think about how all of that's changed now and where we stand today. What does it look like now? What are you doing to engage in reconciliation? Can you still hear our language? And can you still hear us laughing? I'm a Turtle Island original. I like to acknowledge my urban upbringing and where my ancestors come from. My relations are from Cumberland House First Nation in Treaty 5, and I also acknowledge that I live and work in Treaty 6 in Métis Region Number 2. And I will now read Lakeland College's official land acknowledgement. Here at Lakeland College, we acknowledge that the land we gather on is the traditional homeland hunting and ceremonial gathering places of the First Nation, Métis, and Inuit, the Plains Cree, Woodland Cree, Saulteaux, Blackfoot, Métis, Dene, Nakota Sioux. People have practiced their culture and languages on Treaty 6 and Métis Region 2 territories for generations, and were the original caretakers of this land. Many First Nation, Métis, and Inuit peoples call this land home today, and have done so for millennia. We would like to acknowledge the history that we have created together on this land, and to be thankful for the opportunity to walk together side by side in friendship, learning from our past, and promoting positive relationships for the past, present, and future. Hi, Nina Askamun. You guys can sit down.
Unfortunately, I'm going to get you to remain standing. Join with me as we sing O Canada. O Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love, in all thy sons command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north strong and free. From far and wide, O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious glorious and free. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Thank you. You may be seated. Joining me now is Todd Sumner, Vice President from Lakeland College.
Great, thank you so much. Before I get started, I just want to say thank you. I have a couple notes I'm going to read to you, but I just want to say thank you to the grads for choosing Lakeland College. You know, each of you, when you decided to come to Lakeland College, and again, when you're walking in, I heard people coming from all across the country. So somewhere in your journey, you had to make a decision to choose this as a career, and you chose it as a career. Then you had to make a decision where to go. So you made a decision to come to Lakeland College for whatever reason, but we are so glad you chose Lakeland College as your decision to come here. And I trust you all had an exceptional experience while you were here, so thank you so much. So I'll go through my notes now. So good afternoon. On behalf of our president, Dr. Alice Wainwright Stewart, and our board of governors, it's my pleasure to be here today to offer my congratulations to each of you as you finish your training here at Lakeland College. It takes a special person to be a firefighter. It takes someone with courage, compassion, drive, and strength, both physical and mental. It takes someone who isn't afraid of a challenge, and that's exactly what you faced in your training here, as you all well know. This program is not known for being very easy, and I trust that's what you found, and it's not supposed to be. It's meant to challenge you on all levels, to test your drive, your discipline, and your willingness to push yourself. And perhaps in this format, most of all, your dedication to completing your studies. Completing this training in our hybrid model, studying at home for 12 weeks and then spending 5 intensive weeks here with us is its own special kind of challenge. The fact that you made it here today, that you overcame those obstacles, shows that what you are made of. You have learned, you have struggled, you have grown to rely on yourselves and your platoon members, and together you've overcome what stood in your way. And today we celebrate with you. I want to thank the family members and support networks in our graduates' lives, the friends and loved ones who've supported you in your career choice and in your training. Thank you for being with us here to celebrate our graduates. And in closing, I want to thank you for choosing to train with, with Lakeland and to contribute to our Emergency Training Center's well-earned reputation as one of Canada's best emergency training providers. When you leave here today to return to your community, you'll do so as part of that legacy, armed with the skills and confidence you learned here as you excel in your career in the fire services. Thanks and congratulations.
Joining us now will be Mr. Wayne Rose. He is, on behalf of the Emergency Services Training Center Dean, bringing a few words, as well as a few words of his own.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, graduating class of P1. Good afternoon, graduating class of P1. What have we done? All right, it's a pleasure for me to be up here. Heartfelt congratulations to each and every one of you. I know it's been a short time, feels like a long time, but hopefully it was a fun time. I'm actually speaking here as well for the Dean of the Emergency Training Center, Mr. Sean McCary. He shares the following. While we celebrate your success, we also share a sense of regret that he could not be here in person to honor this momentous occasion. However, please know that our pride and admiration of you are boundless. You've made us proud, and your accomplishments will resonate within the halls of Lakeland College for years to come. That's his sappy edition. Now my marks. Today marks the culmination of your hard work, dedication, and resilience. You've persevered through challenges and emerged stronger, ready to embark on the next chapter of your journey. Your achievements are a testament of your unwavering commitment and passion for learning. As you step into the world beyond our campus, carry with you the knowledge, the skills, and values you've acquired here. You're equipped to make a meaningful impact, to lead with integrity, and inspire others with your example. The future is yours to shape, and we have every confidence in you that you'll do it with distinction. So remember, this is just the beginning. Embrace the challenges ahead with the same determination that brought you to this day. Continue to learn, to grow, and strive for excellence in all that you do. Congratulations once again, P1s. May your future be filled with success, fulfillment, and endless possibilities. Thank you.
Now, we are going to be presenting our students with their certificates. Mr. Pieper will be joining me. It'll take a while to get sorted out. Inside this package is a picture that everybody is going to get and a coin that everybody's going to bet. And this is for Andrea Firstel, who not able to complete the program because of an injury that took place while here. And so Andrea, this is for you. I know you've joined us online. So I will personally get this sent to you when you give me your address. Is it this one? Yeah. Our first candidate is Mr. Eric Anderson. Do you want him standing there alone or with us?
It's up to you.
Yep, we can- yep. It's alphabetical. Keegan Beard. Chloe Cron. Brady Kuza. Jeremy Duffy. Nicholas Dodd. Harry. Chandler Gallant. Ranger Henry. Jack Hobman. Isaiah Jansen. Nicholas Crush. Braden McGowan. Nolan Mercier. Spencer Nielsen. I got nothing. Cody Peters. Nathan Salt. Spencer Healy. Sean Spears. Oh, he's away. That's right. Got a flight to catch. Then we have Jacob Tinholt. Jordan Yaseko. Jordan Young. Jordan Young. Great, that concludes that portion.
I get it, it's fine.
Thomas Smith. Thank you. Stacy? Stacy Ruler is our manager of donor relations, and we have some awards to hand out to some students.
Thank you, Mr. Jones. Congratulations, P1. And I can echo Todd's comments. Thank you for choosing Lakeland. And let me be the first to welcome you to the alumni family. As you travel across the country, head home across the country, you're going to run into many alumni along the way, those who have sat right here in your shoes. They're now your friends, they're your allies, they're the ones you can count on. So reach out to those. Take the opportunity to reflect on your support network and know that now we are part of that network as well, along with your friends and family. So stay connected, stay in touch, as we want to see you and support you as best we can along your journey. And as you leave Lakeland, remember all those great things that you have taught from those individuals that have spent lots of hours with you, because they will be here to continue to support you as you leave our halls. So you came into these, your online presence, and probably the first day you walked through the door as a newcomer, but know you're leaving as part of our Lakeland family. So today, as Mr. Jones mentioned, I get the pleasure of announcing some award nominees for some of the awards that we have at the college. So first of all, I would like to call up Jordan Yaseko, who has been nominated for the Laura Lee Nichols Memorial Award. Maybe they're right here in front of me. Oh, look at right there. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
Next, for the Austin Bridges Memorial Award, Mr. Nathan Salt. So these nominees that have been selected have achieved academic excellence, a commitment to their chosen career, demonstrated character and leadership qualities, as well as a willingness to support their fellow students and make contributions to the success of the class as a whole. Then last but not least, we actually get to award an award, which is also fun. So the next award is our Centennial Emergency Training Achievement Award. And this is awarded to a member of P1 that has achieved academic excellence, has demonstrated those leadership skills and qualities, as well as truly been able to assist and support their fellow students. And I would like to call up Mr. Spencer Nielsen. Thank you.
Thank you. Just a note. I knew Laura Lee Nichols, worked with her, class lady, very dedicated, conscientious in what she did, and she would personally be very proud of how Jordan win that award. I also met Austin Bridges, who was basically the first fire commissioner in the province, and as a result of his efforts, then the fire school grew to be the place that it was, and he'd be very proud of Nathan Salt's achievement as well. And certainly the Centennial Award, that's pure nomination from your peers, Mr. Nielsen, so you should be very proud of that. And I'm going to get you to come up now and say a few words as a result of you being the class valedictorian.
That's going straight to the resume. All right, everybody, listen up, orders. Sorry, I got a flashback from my other job. So as everyone in the class knows, I'm not much for speaking, and I don't like being the center of attention. But I want to start this by just saying hello, my instructors and my friends and peers and my family, as well as everybody else's family and everyone that was able to join us for this. Like it's an important day for, I think, all of us. But I want to start the speech the same way we started most classes. I took a little bit from Mr. Pieper and a little bit from Mr. Jones, so I'll just start it the way we start most classes. So we were broken into 4 companies. I don't know if anyone knows what company I'm from, so I'm just going to get Jordan Young. What company are we? We're Delta.
So when I was young, I wanted to be a soldier. And then I grew up a little bit and realized that 24-hour shift seems a lot more palatable. So I guess when I was a kid, I wanted to fight. I became an adult and I decided that being a hero was a way better course of action. And I will say, when I first got to this class, I was a bit intimidated. I'm like the second oldest person here.
And I mean, I saw Beer walk in with the most luxurious hair I've ever seen before. And I was like, how do I deal with that? I thought mine was nice, but not nearly that nice. And then, I mean, I see Nathan Salt walk in with his little rough and tumble attitude, and I was like, how do I compare to these people? So I think the intimidation was well warranted. And I mean, this is why I brought this up here. Look at Captain Crunch. He's sitting up here. This book probably weighs twice as much because all this. I don't even think I had my book opened at that time. And like, so how's a humble man from Ramukto supposed to survive in this group of champions? What else can I say about my classmates? So Delta did suffer a pretty severe hit, and I think that the course suffered a pretty severe hit when we left, when Andrea had to leave, Miss Firstel. I think it's worth mentioning her because her commitment to the course and her desire to be here and desire to be a part of the team was admirable. And I think that a lot of us wish that she was still here with us for this day, and I think we're all pretty torn up that she can't be. And I mean, who else? Like, high school. He just turned 14. And here he is working himself with a little bone to keep himself up with the adults. Let's give him a little round of applause. Then we got Tom McGowan. Easiest person to pick out in the crowd because of his infectious laugh or because he's 6'8". And I mean, I feel like we've learned so much since we first got here 5 weeks ago. And I know some of us didn't learn anything in the time leading up to those 5 weeks, but that's not really that important. So if we take a look back at what we learned, it probably might seem like a little bit of a blur because there was just so much of it. I mean, look at specific skills. It's just a blur of rolling hose, loading hose, hanging hose, testing hose, or making a rat's nest out of a cross lay. But you know what we do at school? We learn. Like sometimes we learn that the engine needs to be in neutral before you turn the pump off. Or sometimes we learn that you will suffocate if you don't put your regulator on, if you don't turn your tank on first. I mean, even up until yesterday I was learning. Like I was learning from Harry how not to stand over charged hoses while they're charging. And I learned from Isaiah how to peel the top off a car like a tuna can. But what I did learn, for sure, always add 140 residual. Always. So let's take a second to recognize Jeremy, the oldest guy on course. Sorry for calling you out like that, buddy. But like, talk about having a whole lot of heart. I mean, he's always there when you need him, and sometimes he's exactly where you don't need him to be. But try to think of a time when he wasn't sporting a smile and ready to hand out hugs when you were feeling bad. And then we got Jordan Yakov sitting right here. She definitely gained so much respect, I think, from all of us over these last 5 weeks.
It's okay to cry.
I know, I might get a bit emotional sometimes saying goodbye to all my friends. But I mean, one thing I can say for Jordan, she cannot say no to the instructors just piling more tasks on her. She did the helmet, she did the slideshow. I couldn't even imagine what other jobs you gave her that she couldn't say no to you. But she always did it with a huge smile on her face. And even when she was trying to be mad because someone waited to the second last day to pay her for the helmet, still, smile on her face. And I would be remiss if I did not mention our instructional staff. They guided us through these to get to where we are today. Test or lesson. That was one of my favorite phrases. It allowed us the ability to guide our learning and rush headfirst into things, maybe even if we didn't know what we were doing. But that's kind of the way that I like things. And from what I have learned, I think that we all thrive in that kind of situation where we get pushed and are allowed to make our own mistakes and learn from them. No freelancing, though. Also, I'll give you guys my emails later for a glowing reference letter. To Jack, what can I say about Jack? If Jordan's the brains of Charlie, Jack's definitely the heart. You could ask Jack to find the fog nozzle for the 100 mil hose, and you know he would do his best to find it or make something that works. And if we're talking about anatomy, I think it's worth mentioning Tom, who's definitely the class's mouth. If you have an opinion and you want an opinion to the contrary, Tom's your man. But he stands for what he believes in and he strives to do what's right. And I mean, that's commendable. Or Chan, sweet Chan. He was ready to quit his job, pack his bags, and come on this course because he heard Lakeland was the best. Or did you tell me that Lakeland was the only thing you heard of? I can't remember. But he's here. It's easy to look at this commitment as just 5 weeks away from home and from family to get trained up to do a job or get new opportunities. But this takes its toll. I'm acutely aware of what it's like being away from home and what it feels like to be away from your family. It's important that we consider the families that are waiting for us, or the people that we have left, or the people who have left their jobs to be here in hopes of gaining a better future. I'd like to thank those people for coming here and allowing me the opportunity to work alongside you. I'd like to thank my amazing wife, too, for being so supportive. She's at home with our 3-year-old and our 10-month-old right now, solo parenting for the last 5 weeks, so I definitely couldn't have done without her. I should also take this time to mention some of the people that I learned from and who've taught me how to be a leader and work in teams like this. Vince Michaud, Steve the Fire Guy McCourt, and Mark Hot Guy Borealis. Some people know my background, and I can say I've done a lot of courses, I've met a lot of people, and without hesitation, I can say I'm proud to have been on this course and this journey with all of you. And I would be happy and trust each one of you to work alongside at any point if I ever have that opportunity. I might not be reciprocated, just know that I feel that way about you guys. So to end, I'd like to say some final words. The course kind of got a slogan towards the end. Fire to unpreparedness can kill. You just take that, think about it, because what we have learned is that you have to be prepared in all different situations. It's not my job. This is a silent movie.
We can sing.
As we go.
He's silly looking, eh?
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, P1 class. Mr. Jones gave me permission to speak to you, and I gladly accepted. He wanted to know if you had any questions. Okay, hearing none, I'll move on. As the chair for the last 6 years here at Emergency Training Center, I would like to congratulate you folks as being the best blended class we've had in 2024. And I doubt that anyone will exceed your benchmark that you've set for the remainder of the year. Since February the 20th, Mr. Jones and I have worked with the class as they journeyed through the concepts and theories that support the firefighting endeavor. This class has come to campus with a wide variety of experiences and backgrounds, understandings of how the world works, and we started to see the personalities and character emerge as we progressed through the 5 weeks here on campus. With a common goal of learning the basics of firefighting, they spent the last 5 weeks here developing the necessary skills and working together as teammates to complete this entry-level training. Their leadership skills have also grown along with the firefighting skills as they work together and learn to support each other as a team. And it's been my pleasure to watch and witness the changes and growth as the team came together and the leadership personalities started to show up. And there are many of them in this class. In fact, I believe that you've all shown a change in your leadership. Each of these students had an opportunity to take a leadership role at one point or another, sometimes several times, as we went through the training. And to me as an instructor, you can't show me a more important facet of somebody's character than when they're able and willing to step up and take a leadership role, even sometimes when they're not certain, they're unsure of their skills. They're willing to take the plunge and dive into the role. And, you know, it worked out really well. The intensity and the compact nature of this program almost forces you to develop those skills. So practicing together and growing as a class, as a team, was an important piece of the program. It's not advertised. You won't find it in here. You find it out there in the field. You find it in the bays. You find it in the small elements of the program that we utilize to help you develop those skills. It's very deliberate, and it's evolved over the years as we learned and grew as instructors and found ways to do things that helped you to discover those things for yourself. And after all, your personal discovery of those things is where you learn the most. Sometimes it's good to fall down. Yeah, it hurts for now, but you know what? When you get up and dust yourself off and go again, something has changed. Remember those things as you go along, because that is what's going to make you successful in the workplace in the long run. Platoon 1, you've made a strong showing here. Thank you for working so diligently with us and making the experience so enjoyable for us. There's nothing worse than having a job you don't like. And you certainly did not make that happen. We enjoyed it. The banter, the jokes, the hard work, the sweat, coming in at the end of the day when we're all wet, feeling like drowned rats, hanging up the gear, going home for the night, getting cleaned up, and having some time for a little lemonade. and maybe a few minutes on the couch, which I do enjoy. I look forward to hearing where you find yourself a place in the emergency services world. And if you end up not being in emergency services, that doesn't mean we don't want to hear where you got to. Because you may find something that lights your fire more than firefighting does. I don't know. I hate to tell you this, but we've had students from here go home and decide to take, I hate to say this, they took police training. And they ended up joining a police force. Now, I like police people, and I have some that are my friends, but I gotta tell you, if I'm looking for teamwork, people to get up shoulder to shoulder with and take on tough, almost impossible tasks, I know where the fire hall is. And I haven't yet seen an instance where that doesn't ring true. We're all part of emergency services, and we do our best to work with the others, but I know where the team is. That's my home. And you guys have earned a place at the table, in my opinion. There's one of you that I wouldn't take if I was a captain in a fire hall as part of my crew. And I can't say that every time. So, you've done something to get there. With that, I'd like to tell you, keep up the good work. Do yourselves proud. You did what it took to get here. Keep going. Don't quit. Thank you.
I'd like to remind you that we have snacks available for you upon your leaving. Vehicles are open for you to drive around, capable tour guides, all. And I get to say the last word. Mr. Pieper, once again, you did not disappoint. He always has a point and something somewhat inspiring. And we've heard a lot of speeches today, and I do recall some speeches in the past that I've attended. And probably one of the most powerful ones I heard is, I have taken a lot of schooling through Lakeland College, so has Mr. Pieper. So we actually are alumni. And I consider it a privilege and a point of pride that you are part of alumni with the college. So, thank you for choosing Lakeland College as your emergency services training provider. Bittersweet. I told you 5 weeks would go by quickly. I'm sure that you guys have been part of my journey, my boat. I bought this 1968 Hurston, and I'm repartnering it onto a different trailer, and it's just really not worked out at all. So I just am thankful that Greg's not here. I just wanted to thank him personally for helping me in my journey of struggling through this boat thing, and I kind of, very reflectively thinking, like, how does this apply to grad? And so I'm going to try this one on you. You've been here like 12 weeks online, 5 weeks here, and you have just basically prepared to enter into, I think, a fairly rewarding career that I've had, and I could say that on behalf of Mr. Pieper. But who can you thank for being in your back, who's had your back as you've journeyed on this? So that's kind of a little bit of a takeaway. I think there's some family and friends that are here, and certainly some online, that really need your appreciation. And let them know, because a lot of times we wander through life when we have no idea of the impact that we've had on someone else. I'm going fishing. I'm going fishing tonight, I hope. The boat's working. Like last night, 8:30, we went for the maiden voyage of driving the boat on the new trailer, and we had no lights. So we got that fixed by 10:30, and so I've been out fishing once already this year, and I was at a spot and I lost all my minnows. You know, the fish kept taking my minnows, and they just would not commit to biting on that hook, and I could bring it in and, you know, gaze upon, you know, one of God's creatures. So I'm thinking about, how does that relate to grad? You know, the issue of commitment as you leave here, that little thing is going to be the thing that will make or break your career. You will face rejection, you will face disappointment, but if you stick with it, you'll do well. I caught a fish the other day. I reeled it in, and you know, it just wasn't quite right. Just needed some time in its own environment to grow and be on its own. So we release you. I have nothing more to say. I've run out of paper, and you are formally dismissed. Thank you. See ya.
Mr.
Nice
Jones,
book.
I can take Spears. Certs, yeah. Thank you, sir.
Thank you again.
Hey, all the best.
Thank you, your book.
Thank you very much, sir. Appreciate it. Oh, there he is, standing all by